Hey, how you doing? This is Craig Beck from StopDrinkingExpert.com. And listen up, I just want to start by saying thank you for all the lovely comments on my last video. I read them all. Amazing. I love having my sober army out there. And if you could do me a great favor, that's just to make sure you like every video, you subscribe to the channel, and you share on your social media. Because I have a lot of subscribers on this channel, but when you think of how many millions of people are suffering right now with alcohol, it would be great if I could reach so many more of them. So if you could do that for me, love you forever. So today I want to talk about being paralyzed by indecision. And this is not just about drinking, but a lot of people get stuck in that paralysis of wanting to stop drinking, but then not imagining life being any good without alcohol. And so they get stuck in this middle position of just not doing anything. So let's talk about that today, because it is a common problem and it is a big problem. So, and the reason I thought about this is I was talking to my son last night in San Francisco. And he has a difficult decision to make. And he's had a difficult decision to make for many months now about where his life is going, which direction it's going to take. And he is practically at a Y junction in his life. But he's been standing at that Y junction for at least 6 months. He doesn't know which way to turn. And I said to him last night, I said, you're paralyzed by indecision. You've got to make a decision and then commit to it. Yeah, I know, Dad, I will. And it struck me that a lot of people are like that with their drinking. There's so many people out there, they're drinking every day or they're binging every weekend, and they know it's making their life miserable. They know life is just going to get worse and worse if they don't stop drinking. And yet they're paralyzed. They can't pull the trigger on that decision because there's something else. They're thinking, but what if I do that and my life sucks? What if my life's boring? What if this? What if that? What if I lose my friends? What if I have a social stigma? Blah, blah, blah. They have all this kind of nonsense going on in their head that says, don't do it. Even though they know going sober and getting this attractively packaged poison out of their life is going to be a profoundly positive thing, they're paralyzed. So if that's you, the first thing I want you to do is recognize that that is you, that you are paralyzed by your indecision. And then I want to tell you that you can stay in that stasis for the rest of your life. Don't assume that something is going to happen that's going to push you one way or the other. It is entirely possible for you to remain in limbo until the day you die. And in fact, sadly, a great many people, a great percentage of the number of human beings who've ever lived, have spent their whole life in that paralysis of indecision. So what causes it? What causes it is very simple. Fear. Fear is the artificial wall that we build around ourselves. And we say, if you step over that wall, bad things could happen to you. So stay safe in the prison. Stay in the prison and stay safe is basically what we're saying to ourselves all the time. And that's just a convoluted and creative way of saying we stay in our comfort zone. Because in our comfort zone, we know what's going on. We know what's happening. Even if it's horrible, it's dependable, it's reliable. We know what's coming next. We know that every day is going to look the same. We know we're safe. Nothing dramatic is going to happen. But your comfort zone is not a good place to live. It's warm and it's cozy, but it's completely barren. It's infertile. Nothing grows there. Nothing at all. It is sterile. And if you live your whole life in your comfort zone, you are defeating the whole point of life. The point of life is to experience contrast, is to experience not just all good, but the flip side of that. We have to experience bad and risk and danger and all this sort of stuff to give context to the good stuff. Because if you try and live your life just with the good stuff, you will end up in your comfort zone and it will be sterile and it will be boring. All right. So ask yourself this question. How long have I been thinking about quitting drinking? Honestly, how long have you been thinking about this? How long have you been half-heartedly attempting this? You know, doing a few sober days and then reverting back to norm. Any number above 1 is bad. Because every number above 1 means another day you spent in the prison. And I want to encourage you to take action and escape the prison today. Now, there's another reason why people stay paralyzed. It's still fear, but it's just packaged differently. And that is perfectionism. People who describe themselves as a perfectionist. And you hear that phrase a lot. You know, people will explain away their OCD or their tardiness, or they're taking a long time over a task by going, well, because I'm such a perfectionist. As though that's a good thing. Being a perfectionist is not a good thing, because it's insisting on something that isn't possible all the time. Perfection is not possible, because we are fallible beings. We are born with faults and flaws, and we pick up more as we go along. We are fallible. We fail all the time. And in fact, failing is a good thing, because that's how we learn. By making mistakes is how we learn, and we become very wise in our old age. If you insist on perfection in everything you do, all that means is you're going to spend the rest of your life unhappy with your results. You're going to spend the rest of your life not quite getting it how you want it. Now, how can that be a good trait? It means you're going to spend your whole life feeling slightly inadequate in most situations because you didn't achieve the impossible. Perfectionism is not a benefit. It's not a good thing. So if you're waiting for the perfect time to quit drinking, let me tell you right here and now, doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. Because when you get to it, there will be another time that seems better. And this is another thing that you can get trapped in this stasis forever. And what are we now? It's the 4th of June. I've got a vacation coming up in July, and it's all inclusive. So I'll do the vacation, then I'll get started. Yeah, okay. So then you come back from vacation, start of August, and you're saying, well, it's my birthday in a week, and I'll just get my birthday out the way, and then I'll get started. And then before you know it, the kids are going back to school, and you're allowing yourself a little relaxation break for a minute. And then, it's Thanksgiving soon, isn't it? It's Halloween. Oh, it's Christmas. And before you know it, you're back around the clock again. So there is no perfect time. In the same way that diets always start on a Monday. Why? Because it's a license to eat whatever you want over the weekend. There's no perfect day to start. You can stop drinking on a Monday, a Friday, a Saturday, Sunday. Doesn't make any difference. Just do it. And stop waiting for that perfect moment, because I'm here to tell you and to slap you about the chops. It's not coming. There is no perfect moment. Well, there is. It's now. So thanks for watching. And if you've made that decision to end the paralysis, then your next step should be to go to my website, stopdrinkingexpert.com, and sign up for the next free Quit Drinking webinar. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Discover the world's most successful and respected online quit drinking program today.
It's different to anything you can find out there, and it gives you real mental freedom from the clutches of alcohol.
Beck helps you understand what alcohol does to you, how it works. I always recommend him to anybody.
It's just so worth it. Why did I waste all those years?
Are you finally ready to take action? Your sober journey begins 11 a.m. Sunday. Reserve your space at my next free Quit Drinking webinar.